Hey guys, welcome to another chapter of Ungrateful and Disloyal. Today we're going to try and tackle something a little bit different. This story comes in with female 24 coworker doing a complete 180 in her behavior seemingly out of nowhere. What's the possible reason and how to proceed? So from this point on, I'm going to refer to this guy as Gray Zone Greg. Now on to the story. There is a girl at work which I've known for about 1 year. She came abroad to work here with her boyfriend trying to save up some money. Okay, this doesn't sound good. She's the cute type, very smart and observant. Was very shy at first, but when she got the ball rolling, she became very active at our workplace. She started joking a lot, doing harmless pranks. We started to hang out, and I developed feelings for her. Not love, but something very close to infatuation. Uh oh. Red flag. I walked her to the bus stop. We talked mostly about work and the usual gossip. The company we work at likes to overwork people who do the job well. So we were getting much more than others, which was one of the common things we had and talked about a lot. I tried to help her with things. She rarely asked me to help to begin with, but I started doing simple stuff like carrying stuff that was too heavy for her. She always said she didn't need it, but I insisted. She usually accepted. Red flag on the play, ladies and gentlemen. Red flag on the play. Fast forward to a couple of months ago. New coworker arrives in the place of an old one. Others quickly found him on Facebook and turned out he is gay. It's relevant to the story later. We talked about him. She wasn't too happy with him. Wasn't too happy that he didn't come to work on time didn't come at all. Again, the usual gossip. They started was okay. Again, the usual gossip. They started hitting it off pretty well and found some things in common with him. He seemed to know his stuff, but again, the reliability was a problem. But when he had something to do, he almost always did it well. It also turns out he also turned out to be a smart guy. I liked him too. We talked about everything, joked, and it was all well. Then I moved to a different office building, which is very close to our main office. I was coming by every now and then to talk with others. I was still walking her to the bus stop, but I had to wait for her a bit as they usually finish later. In return, she waited for me till my bus arrived. One day she started joking that I shouldn't come here visiting her so often and get back to my work, etc. But we still talk normally later, so I just shrugged it off. Ooh, red flag. Major red flag. She did similar stuff in the past and I teased her a lot as well. And that's when things turned around. She hit it off with the gay guy very well. She was asking him to help and praise him doing a lot of stuff for him. She really wanted to be around him. She was much eager to talk to him than me. They were and still are to this day getting cozy with each other at work. He hugged her, she liked it. He massaged her. She really wanted to go on a break with him and specifically was asking if he was around, which she never did with me. That's a major sign. I again brushed it off. I started to bother. It started to bother me slightly, but we walked to the bus stop and talked. I also noticed she hardly looked me in the eyes at work. That's another huge sign. Fast forward several days ago. I was waiting at her. I was waiting for her at the usual place. I couldn't see her coming, and it was getting sort of late. I messaged her, didn't get a reply, so I went by myself. Later, I received a reply from her saying the gay guy drove her home. Believe it or not, despite the mere infatuation, I felt like I got stabbed with a dragon dildo sword through my chest. I drove her back on occasions when I had a car available, but she refused most of the time. I drove her like 2 or 3 times in total throughout the whole year, and the gay guy is driving her back home every day now. That's a huge sign. So here comes my plea for help. How do I deal with that? I do like her. I don't see her as my love interest, although at one point I was feeling something very close to that. She has a boyfriend and a guy, and the gay guy has a partner, and I started to believe that all the things she did in front of me with him was to get some sort of reaction, not a good one, or to make me jealous. I'm lost. I'm lost too. If you don't have feelings for her, why are you getting jealous? I don't want to give in to this, but be smart about it. I want to brush it off and appear to her as I don't care, but fuck me, I care and I care a lot. The Valentine's Day is coming. She likes sweets, so I wanted to leave her a chocolate this Friday and pretend that I don't care or that I'm not giving into the provocation because she's still cool. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, danger, danger. What should I do? Could the reason be that she realized I might be infatuated with her and it's her way of telling me to stop? Should I distance myself and just give up on her altogether? Stop talking to her and waiting till she gets bored. Am I stupid? Was I too pushy? Did I act like some sort of incel? Well, she's uncomfortable all along and she just acted nice to me. Okay, this is a lot to unpack. So, first off, I would have to say is one, she has a boyfriend. And you might be saying, well, I'm trying to be a cool friend and everything, but think of it this way. If you had a girlfriend and she came to you and told you that there's this guy at work, he's always trying to do stuff for me, he walks me home from after the job, he's always talking to me, you know, you even said that like you were offered to do stuff and she would tell you no. You need to take this as a hint because when it comes to in the workplace, giving a woman unwanted attention or trying to do stuff for her when she doesn't want you to can easily get taken to work higher ups like HR and say like, oh well, this guy is bothering me, or even worse, there's a thing called uh, sexual harassment through the third person. This is basically when you could be doing something for somebody, they're cool with it, but somebody else on the sidelines can see it and be offended by it. This might be the reason why you got moved from your job because you said that you two were working together and then you got moved into a different area. And it just so happened to be that it's also on a different shift. I'm not a detective, but I'm pretty sure somebody may have said something to the higher ups and they moved you to try and remedy the situation. Now, you're trying to be cool, but another thing is this: she's from abroad, which means she's from another country. That has an exotic appeal to most men in the United States when they meet women from other countries. One thing that is very misunderstood with women from other countries is they can be very friendly and outgoing and feminine. And men in the United States are not used to women being so feminine, so outgoing, and so talkative, and they can easily get caught up in their feelings. Now, one of the things that you said in here that really had me worried was you felt that, where was it? You said that dragon dildo. Okay. You said despite it being a mere infatuation, you felt like you were stabbed with a dragon's dildo sword through the chest. That's not a statement for someone who's just cool with somebody. That's somebody who has some feelings invested. And, as much as you're trying to play it cool, I think you're lying to yourself a little bit. And that's not me trying to be harsh or nothing else. It's just me trying to say, hey, man, pump the brakes. You're getting dangerously close to the edge. And with that, I'm saying is she has a boyfriend. And then she met a gay guy. And here's the thing, a lot of women love extra attention. A lot of women love extra help. But the thing is once she got cool with the gay guy, to an extent, she really didn't need you anymore because she could get everything that she's getting from you from him and never have to worry about it getting strange, awkward, or weird. You don't know. It could be her boyfriend pressuring her for her not to talk to you, or it could be somebody at the job who's noticing that you're always being around her. Because women are very perceptive. Other women are very perceptive. They're gonna be like, "Oh, what's the deal with you and Gray Zone Greg? He's always walking you home." And she could be just like, "Well, he's being nice. I try and tell him not to, but he still does it anyways." And American women are going to hear that and say, "Oh, well, that's sexual harassment, or he shouldn't be doing that." So the first thing you got to realize is you need to protect your job. You need to protect your money. You also said that you would make attempts to drive her home. You only did it like maybe one, two or three times in the entire year, but now she has the gay friend doing it for her every weekend. She's trying to let you know that, like, hey, look, I gotta put some distance between me and you, or we're not as cool as we think. You're not. We're not as cool as you think we are. So she's trying to find ways to avoid conflict. You're saying that she doesn't want to look you in the eye at the job. That's another tactic. Is as her version of being given the cold shoulder. Since she's not from the United States, where women will let you know, or they'll have their girlfriend come and let you know. She's trying to be political. She's trying to be nice. She doesn't want to be, she's very concerned about her reputation. So she doesn't want to seem like a bitch, you know, but you're not getting the point. And you're thinking, like, well, maybe if I do this and maybe if I try harder. And this is not the time and place to be doing that. If she's not opening the lines of communication for you guys, like talking, texting on the phone, hanging out, she's basically almost giving you the cold shoulder and you're not quite getting it. And I'm worried for you because if you don't realize all it takes is just one person, not her, not the gay guy. It could be somebody who comes, it could be a janitor comes in and sees it and like, hey, that guy, he's always following this girl. He's always talking to this girl. And all of a sudden you're getting fired or you're getting moved to nights now, because it's like you didn't already got moved from your job to another section. And I'm thinking, you said that at your job, if you do a good job, they give you more work. So they might be saying like, hey, he's a great worker and we don't want to get rid of him. So like, let's put him on a different shift or let's move him into a different area and let's make sure that she can get out at a different time so she don't have to deal with this. Because you got to understand at the end of the day, this company is legally liable. And in today's day and age, they don't really play around. I mean, I'm not saying you're stalking and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you got to understand unwarranted attention towards a person of the opposite sex can get you into a lot of trouble at the job. All it takes is one accusation. All it takes is just one person to say to phrase it the right way, and you could be losing your job. You could be, let go, or you could be blacklisted within the group to where all of a sudden nobody wants to talk to you because now you're getting the reputation of being weird or a perv or stalker-ish. I'm not saying that that's you, and I understand, dude. Like I said, it's a cool woman. She's attractive. She's different. You know, everything about her is something. Everything about her is different. Her personality, her look, how she carries herself, how she interacts. But you got to understand: one, she has a boyfriend. Two, she's making it obvious to you that she rather be around the gay guy, and she'd rather do the things that she used to do with you with him. She's trying to tell you that you've been replaced. You know, it could be a good chance that her boyfriend is pressuring her, to not talk to you or not deal with you. Or it could be just the fact that, she just, women can be fickle. I mean, women can be fickle. They can be like the weather. They could be cool with you, they can be your best friend, and then all of a sudden something changes and they don't want to talk to you anymore. My best advice would be, well, before I get to my advice, let's look at the statements, the comments underneath this. And the first one goes, I think you definitely need to take a break from her. I think making a full decision of never talking to her again or whatever is too big a step for right now. In the future, I hope it will be more obvious. For right now, you need to give this some distance and focus on other areas of your life. Right on. Or finding a more available interest. If she's trying to tell you stop, she'll be relieved and happy you backed off. If you don't back off and she's trying to, that could get really messy. If she likes you and is trying to make you jealous, you also want to back off because she has a boyfriend and that's not a good dynamic. Yeah, this person has a lot of good points. It's better to leave it alone. So no matter what, taking a break from this is in your best interest. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I don't think you should jump to being boring or stupid or putting yourself down. Very good point. If she is uncomfortable, it's likely simply due to having a boyfriend. If you're too pushy, then backing off will correct that and she'll see you didn't mean to. You might want to consider talking to someone or counseling with how much this is affecting you though. All right. And the other comment is this. Could this reason be that she realized I might be infatuated with her and it's her way of telling me to stop? This is exactly what I was thinking as I was reading. So, yes, I think she found out about your feelings and feels that she can't trust you as a friend anymore. She can't trust she can trust a gay guy to not want more than friendship from her. So she's turning to him instead. Very good point. Was I too pushy? Because she's distancing herself from you, I think it's safe to say she felt you were being pushy or making her uncomfortable in some way. She feels more comfortable with the new coworker being touchy with him, driving her home, and frequently because she knows that he's never going to feel any lust or love for her. Hammer on the nail's head. That's a really good point. Should I distance myself or just give up on her altogether? Stop talking to her and wait till she gets bored? Am I stupid? You're not stupid. Just keep things professional and normal. Don't try to make her feel guilty or feel uncomfortable. That's a very good point. I think a lot of men, when they get put into that situation and their feelings get hurt, they try to make the other person feel guilty about how they feel, and you got to think of it like this. You have a job, you're being paid to come to work and do a job. You're not really getting paid to make friends, and you're not being paid to be Mr. Social. So if she doesn't want to be friends, that's her prerogative. You know, that's just like, say you met a group of girls and there's one unattractive girl who was out of shape and just, turned you off. And then all of a sudden her friends start trying to make you feel bad because you won't try and talk to her. You won't ask her out on a date and they pressure you and they pressure you. You're going to get pissed off because it's like, look, I'm entitled to have my feelings. I'm entitled to have my opinion. And the last statement. Most women learn not to outright confront men because it can turn violent and dangerous very quickly, especially when the man likes her. Don't blame her for acting nice. She's just trying to survive a workplace in which a man has developed non professional feelings toward her beyond friendship. That is basically what I was trying to come to in a nutshell. And what you, like I said before, you are getting paid to come to work and do a job. You're not getting paid to date. You're not getting paid to make friends. You're not getting paid to hook up. She has a boyfriend, and like you said, you guys been working together for a year. So it could be a thing of like, yo, we met, we were both new people. It was very interesting at first, but now, hey, look, I feel more comfortable being around a gay guy. I'm trying to keep my relationship intact. I'm a traditional girl, and for me to be on the safe side, I'm just gonna be cool with this gay guy and get what I need from him that I used to get from you. And sorry, I gotta, somewhat be cold hearted and let you know that you're not the one by doing these things and, leaving you standing, at the bus stop and not letting you know that I'm not coming. She's trying to be a little bit cold to get the point across to you. Yeah, dude, it sucks. And honestly, we've all been there. We've all been infatuated. We've all, men wise, we've all met that one girl that just seemed so cool and so unbelievably everything that we was looking for. And, you can say that, you don't have feelings, but dude, you do have feelings to an extent. And you just don't want to admit it because you don't want to be standing there with egg on your face. And, a lot of men are very protective of their emotions because they don't want to get teased or whatever else. At the end of the day, she has a man. At the end of the day, you met her through your job, and the job has a legal and professional responsibility to make sure that all of their employees can come to work stress free and drama free. And right now, you got moved to a different section in the job. Say whatever you want about what it is, but I think that that may have been through the higher ups trying to get the point across like, hey, we need to break these two up. She has a boyfriend, you know, and with the gay guy stepping in to do all this stuff with her, he might be trying to help get the point across to you like, hey, look, I'll pick you up after work, I'll hang out with you, anytime he comes over to talk to you, I'll be over there to be the third party and just to keep things cool. So at the end of the day, man, all you can really do is, like we say in this group, focus on you. Get get yourself up. Get your level up. Focus on making your money. Start getting a new hobby. You know, there's a reason why you took this job. There's a reason why you're trying to get money. Focus on that. But you got to understand it, if she came over from abroad, she might be on a work visa. So there's a good chance that she might not be here uh, after that year. You know, if anything, find out about where she's from. Learn more about where she's from, and save your money up and go over there and find a girl that's 10 times better than her, and see how it goes. Because here's another thing: an American dude going abroad, you now become her. You become that interesting person that they haven't seen before and they want to get to know and start talking to. And I've heard many a guys say like, "Oh, I went to South America. I went to Europe. I went." The fact that you're American carries a lot of weight. And if you meet a woman from an area that you find interesting and you find her attractive, then there's a good chance that once you go to that area, she's going to be a dime a dozen and you will forget her. you know get on some chat boards, find out what area she's from. For example, let's just say she was from Romania. you know Start learning some basic Russian, practice on your own, get on the chat board, start meeting people, and hey, save your money and go over there for a week or whatever, and I'm pretty sure you'll meet somebody who's 10 times cooler than her, who wants to know about you and wants to spend time with you. So, you know, at the end of the day, gray zone Gary, we've all been there. But dude, for the safety of your money, for the safety of your reputation, and for the safety of your career right now, I will say pump the brakes. Focus on your job at the other side of the building. You know, don't worry about how she gets home. She's got a boyfriend for that, and she's got a gay friend for that. You need to, my best advice: get a new hobby, start going to the gym, working out, and leave the ball in her court. If she wants to get in touch with you, if she wants to hang out, if she wants to come see you at the job, she can come to your work area. She can send you a text. But for you to pursue any further after this, and the last thing I want to bring up is she joked with you to try to tell you, hey, look, maybe you shouldn't come over here to my side of the job. That was her trying to say, hey, look, leave me alone, or stop bothering me. She tried to joke because she was trying to be non-confrontational. I know it's rough, and I know it's maybe the last words you want to hear from another dude, but for your safety, for your financial well-being, pump the brakes and just see. If she doesn't get back in touch with you, if she doesn't hang out with you, if she doesn't, return the favor, then fine. It is what it is, you know. But a lot of times, you know, women will play games and say like, "Oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to be this and that," when they have an audience of other people. And then when you stop, all of a sudden they'll come sniffing around like, "Hey, what's been up? What's been going on? I ain't heard from you in a while. This or that." And then it's just like, "Oh, now you want to talk to me?" But at the end of the day is you can't even look at that right now. You just need to focus on being your own man, staying on purpose, making your money, and leave it at that. She doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to be around you. Don't take it personal. Just remember, women are like the weather. One day is nice and shiny, nice and sunny. The weatherman says you're going to be having, a full week of great cloudless days, and all of a sudden the next 3 days are thunderstorms and lightning. And you're just like, yo, what the hell? What's going on? I thought it was supposed to be a certain way. You know, that's women in a nutshell. Hey man, I hope you don't take offense to me, discussing your post. But like I said, fellas, just remember, if she's not interested, or she jokes about leaving her alone, or something like that, or says no, hey, no means no. And if it's at the job, you can't afford to have someone, ruin your reputation over an accusation, or someone else getting the wrong idea and talking and putting the word out behind your back that, you're stalking, or, you won't leave somebody alone, or, another thing that they can say at the job that can really make you look bad is, "Oh, I can't focus at my job and I'm making mistakes because he's always talking to me, or he's always coming around me." So yeah, man, best of luck. Don't take it personal. Get back onto your purpose. Get back focused on what you need to do for you. And there's plenty of other fish in the sea, dude. Best of luck, fellas. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What do you think should happen with Gray Zone Gary? What do you think he should do? Do you think that he should still keep trying, or do you think he needs to be the way of the ninja and just fade into the background and just focus on his stuff? Anyways, I'm Jay the Hard Way, and this is Ungrateful and Disloyal. All right. Have a great day, guys.